Gamers, it's been a while since I've streamed. What's up, Dark Void? What's up, Ree? How you doing? What's up, Gabrichi? What is going on, gamers? Okay. Okay. What we are doing today is going to be RNG using TCTV, a perfect shiny Zapdos. Or we're going to try it. We're going to start doing it anyway. What up, 10 Ben? How you doing? First thing I actually need to do is change my trainer ID and my secret ID. And first thing I need to do is start my timer. Okay. So I've got the Zapdos target picked out already. We're going to be aiming for this Zapdos right here, or I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in this list, but we're going to be aiming for this seed with this Zapdos, and we're going to be using some new tools to do it, see how it goes, see the frustrations that I have with it, etc. Hopefully we get a couple of days of stream around this. Yeah, I'm gonna try and start streaming consistently again. I'm gonna stream a couple of hours each day this week, I hope, if I can muster the energy to do it. Truthfully, I need, yeah, I want my channel member goal being chilling somewhere as well. Yeah, basically, the chat isn't appearing on stream because it's like really big. Yeah, I could fix it. I could just go like this. Truth be told, I should fix it like that. There we go. That's better. I don't want to get too sad, I guess, but my cat Asiago passed away, and it like really made me sad, and I very much lacked motivation, and I gave into demons. So I've been very sad, and that's why I barely even got a video out last month. So, but we're out here. We're gonna try. And so the first thing I need to do is I need to make this Zapdos shiny. And so the PID of this Zapdos that I'm going for, I just need to, you know, let me just do this in Pokefinder really quick. Sorry to hear. Thanks. I appreciate it. I've literally just been ultra bummed, basically. So it has not been easy for me to exist as a human further into infinity. So that's pretty much why I've been AFK. All right. So anyway, so my trainer ID in this cartridge is 623. What we need to do is make the secret ID this. So what we're gonna do is quickly run some ACE codes. So I don't have the new ACE set up on this save file for some reason. I don't know what the deal is, but we're gonna do some changing right now. So first things first is we are doing ACE to change my secret ID. This is gonna make it shiny. It's funny, a lot of people, you know, ask like, oh, do you love shiny? Like, if you love shinies, why don't you just shiny hunt instead? Like, don't you not enjoy the surprise of, like, don't you enjoy the surprise of getting a shiny? Like, how did you go from shiny hunting? What's up, Cousin Who? How you doing? Don't you enjoy the surprise from shiny hunting? And the true answer to this is, I never was a shiny hunter, and half the reason, there's two reasons I do. Oh, that's weird. There's two reasons I do shinies when I'm doing RNGs. Half is for, you know, clickbait content. People enjoy seeing shinies, right? The other half, genuinely, is that it allows me to verify that I've hit my target slightly quicker. So, like, when I'm doing egg RNG and did I fuck someone up? This is just so weird looking. The other truth of the matter is, like, when I'm doing an egg RNG in Diamond and Pearl, or Heart Gold and Soul Silver more commonly, it's just like, I will see the shiny quicker, so I don't even have to look at the nature and stuff to know. It's like, oh yeah, I did it correctly. That's what the shiny. So with this Zapdos, it's like, oh yeah, I think I'm typing something wrong, but I'm not gonna stop. It's like, oh yeah, the Zapdos is shiny. I see it on the screen. I have verified I did everything correctly that way. So that's literally one of the reasons I go for shinies when I'm doing stuff like this, especially if it's a game where I can use Ace to change my secret ID, because it's like, in the end of the day, like, if I couldn't do, and this is how it was before when I was, this is how it was before when I couldn't, there was no Ace in Fire Red and Leaf Green. I just wouldn't go for shinies because, okay, I don't care that much about them. And the first TGTV Pokemon I ever got wasn't a shiny, but it was very precious to me. I made it my banner and everything. Is there a better timer than Eon Timer? Eon Timer 3.0 RC-6 is the gold standard right now. However, there are other scenarios right now for TGTV. Eon Timer is not set up to be able to do TGTV right now, so you pretty much have to use Flowtimer for TGTV. So there's that. There's a couple of other things like that too. I'm okay, Cousin Who. I've been trying to be better mental. Cat passed away, and so I was talking about it a little earlier, but it's like, took more of a toll on me than I was almost willing to admit that Asiago passed. Yeah. We literally found a bump, and then a year later, he was gone, man. It was like, it's like unbelievable almost. All right. Like, literally, we found a bump. It was this big. It was like so tiny that when I brought him to the vet was like, can you show me where it is? Can you show me where it is? Because she was like, I want to make sure that I'm feeling what you think that you're feeling. And I was like, yes, it's this. Amanda found it. And so I go there and I show it. And because if you've ever had a cat, you know, as long as they're not like mega fat, you can like feel their ribs. And so originally I thought it was just the end of his rib cage. And so but like 2 days after Amanda found it, I actually started to agree with her that it wasn't just a rib cage and that it was in fact something weird. And so we brought him to the vet because of it. And the vet was like, usually it's the rib cage, but she goes, I think you're right. I think this is something. It's really tiny. She goes, I cannot believe either of you found it. Don't worry about this. This is totally normal. This is supposed to happen. We got a good one. We got a really good one, folks. Holy moly, that's a good one. All right, so that should have changed my secret ID. I can't see my secret ID, so technically we don't know if it worked, but it should have worked. Okay, so now the other thing we need to do is I need to respawn Zapdos. But yeah, so then after that, Asiago had a bunch of procedures and he pretty much passed away exactly 1 year. He even had surgery to remove part of the mass. And he passed away 1 year almost exactly after we found it. I think he lasted, no, pretty much a little longer than after we found it. We probably found it in July and then, yeah. So it was just like, it just sucks, man. He was only 5, he was young. Okay. Now I'm gonna do the ACE code to spawn Zapdos. Yeah, he was young. He got a grade 3 of 3 fibrosarcoma. It was a grade 3 of 3 fibrosarcoma, and I remember, I was even worried because, okay, this is gonna sound, okay, I promise I'm not an anti-vaxxer. Let me start with this statement. But I remember even asking, like, is this an injection site cancer? Because if you don't know, cats actually I think they originally thought it was from vaccines, but they later realized it was just from any injection sites. Cats are known to get cancer on injection sites. So like anywhere you stick them with a needle, they could develop cancer. And they used to get it from, they used to give vaccines like at the top of the neck where there's a bunch of extra skin, and cats would just die because of it. They would just get cancer, they would die. And they were like, yeah, that's why we started giving them vaccinations in their thigh muscle, because if they get a horrible cancer from it, we can just cut their leg off and they can live. And I was like, what the fuck? This is this is insane. And so originally I was like, oh, is it an injection site sarcoma? And they were like, no, he just got cancer. Like, it's just, you just got unlucky. Like, this is like a rare, and they were telling us like the cat fibrosarcomas are like this type of, first of all, grade 3 of 3 is the worst one. It means it's very resistant. It's gonna grow back. Like, even surgery, they would have had to remove every single bit of the cancer, or else it was practically guaranteed to grow back, basically. And so it was like, okay, well, very fucking cool, bro. And so we had surgery because the thing is, when we had the surgery, because we had gone through so many fucking procedures with this poor little guy. He had an ultrasound, right? And the ultrasound told us nothing. So then we had to get a consult with a surgeon, and it took like 2 months. It took like 2 goddamn months for an appointment to happen. And by the time we had the appointment, no, it was not 2 months. It was like a month to get the consult with the surgeon. And we couldn't actually, we couldn't even get a consult with the surgeon. We couldn't even get a consult with the surgeon. Surgery was so booked up. Surgery was so freaking booked up that they were like, you have to get a consult with internal medicine first. But the internal medicine doctor was kind enough to bring him back into the back room and have a surgeon look at him for a consult during our internal medicine visit. So that was lucky. That was pretty lucky that she was kind enough to do that, because otherwise we would have to wait for another consult with a surgeon. So they do it, we go there, they do an x-ray on him, and they also do an aspiration. The x-ray and the aspiration reveal nothing. So they're like, let's just do an exploratory surgery. Let's get in there. It's 2 months. Because we had that in like, that was either in March or late February. I think it was late February. And they couldn't get us in until fucking like May. So we go in May for his surgery, and it had grown. We had told them. We told them it was growing, and they were like, we can't get you in sooner. There's nothing we can do about it. And we were like, it's getting bigger. He needs pain medication to be able to live now. And so we get there, and the guy is like, listen, it's grown. The surgeon is like, it's grown so much, I don't want to do it, because the original plan was to fully remove it when it was tiny. Doesn't happen. Then it's big. So it gets huge, and it spreads to his, you know, it spreads all the way down his thigh. It does a bunch of other stuff. Oh, we can't escape. Okay. And so we just go, well, what can we do? And the guy's like, I recommend a CAT scan. CAT scan is $3,500, reveals nothing. And then we were moving in June. And so we can't get him in for a surgery until September. Do the surgery. She said she removed about 70% of it. And finally, since they actually got in and did a surgery and could remove it, do I have master balls? Oh, I don't have master balls. I might have to do a little cheat maneuver. Is there a get any item code here? Get any item. All right, we're gonna have to do it. It's grab ace though. Ugh. Can we do it with the other ace exit? Will it just work? Hold on, let me do something. Let me check something. Get any item. I think this might work with. It should work. All right, we're gonna have to do this. I don't know where this works. I don't know what this get any item code does. I don't know how this works. Okay, we'll see. So I gotta do another ace code to get master balls, and if that doesn't work, I might just do a little cheating. So she says she removed 70% of the mass, but they were like, it just, they were like, you know, we can't do anything else. They were basically like, we can't do anything else, man. Like, you can go to oncologists, and we went to an oncologist, and they were like, well, you can have chemo or you can have radiation, and the goal would be to blast him with chemo and radiation until you remove it with surgery. And even then, you have to remove all of it or else it doesn't work. And the chemo and radiation will be multiple times a week each. And like, then after that, he would have to go into surgery again. And then after that, it's like not even a high chance of him surviving. So he would have to go under anesthesia multiple times. He had to go under anesthesia multiple times. He would have had to go under, and he'd have to go under anesthesia every single time for the chemo or the radiation. And the radiation's like a big scary machine. And with cats, it's like with humans, you're very careful and they were telling us, like with humans, when we do radiation, we're very careful and we're very targeted because humans can have a long time to live. With pets, we just blast them with like overkill. And so it's like, it does have an increased risk of a secondary cancer. And we're like, he already fucking had cancer. Like, what? So so we just thought it was better to not do chemo or radiation on him because he would have had to go through a lot, and the chance of him, like, the thing is, the doctors can never tell you. The doctors can never tell you, like, they can't give you percentages. They can't give you, like, it's a 20% chance, it's an X%. But it's like, we could see from the thing, like, the doctors were, like, not particularly hopeful about his circumstances, so we had to make the very hard call, and we just did palliative care, and until one day. There was one weekend where he was doing really bad. We took him to the vet because his leg was swelling horribly. It was like hugely swollen for some reason. And they were like, let's try and get it down. And so they gave him a bunch of medicine to try and fix the swelling. The swelling goes down, but then he had a limp still, and then he wasn't getting up to. That night he peed on his bed. Like, he didn't get up to use the litter box, and we were like, if he's not getting up to use the litter box, it's over. Like, there is no thing. So it was really sad. Only 5, man. He was little. It's not right, dude. So sad. The only upside is Saffron. We have been working with the other cat to make her very friendly and a good little girl, and it has been working. Saffron is like a semi-feral cat. She really likes my wife, does not like me very much. And we have been slowly getting her to like me over the course of the last month and a half, and she has been improving. And so we're gonna start fostering cats to see. Yeah, hug your pet. Oh, she has she's polydactyl. Very cute, Limu. Oh, yeah. It's in the PC would be move up. PC would be this one, right? Flanks PC. Did it not work? Yeah, it's a way to do arbitrary code execution. Did I type everything right? This could just not work with the ACE setup that I have. This is Kirby. I checked the item PC. Like in Flanks PC. The code didn't crash the game, but it doesn't look like it did anything. Well, this isn't a Sleipnir code. Oh, it is a Sleipnir code, but it was for grab it. Well, I just put the different exit code. So like I just put the common exit code because it specifies that it's for grab ace, but I was like, well, wait, I could just put the other exit code in here and it'll work. So it could just not work in a battle for some reason. I don't know why it wouldn't work though. Like if the code is like the code's clearly executing. And it looks like it's just taking a value and storing it. It could be where the PC is. That could be it, because the PC would be in a different spot for move ace. So I could just be fucking writing shit to somewhere that God only knows. Oh, it's giving me shoal shells, actually. It looks like this is what it's giving me. Wait, what? Why'd it give me a shoal shell? What is shoal shell? What? 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 That's item number 47. Wait, hold on. We are 47 above? It's doing everything right except the item index. What? This is very strange. Why would it store a different amount, I wonder? What? Because it's just doing move R11 item index. And then it's ending it by FFFF. We're just going to cheat and get a Master Ball really quick. Because I don't want to bother trading. It's weird, the code kind of works. I just don't know what happened to my grab ace save file. I like deleted it somehow. Yeah, it's... Something is happening with the use the version and swipe near sheet. Oh, I didn't know you had one. Honestly, it's fine. I'm just gonna... I just want to get underway with the actual manip. There is a BPR 0 here. Oh no, this is Dustin. Save. Alright, we're gonna just do a little restore action here. Yes, sir. Shao, what's going on? I'm just getting a Master Ball, I didn't realize. The one code doesn't work in the thing for, the grab ace. Alright. We are going to be using all the new shit, though, so this is fun. Alright, we should be ready to start on the Zapdos now. Ooh, and I can... Alright, W. There you go, perfect. After 7 hours and an overleveled Swampert and Rayquaza, I beat Emerald, so now I can set up Ace and turn Electrode into a Zapdos. Very W. W? Alright. So now we can actually move on to fucking Lincoln's tools. Do I have a Max Repel? Dubbin? Oh, I don't know what I have registered. I don't think I've ever battled that guy, to be honest with you. Alright. Yes, the respawn code didn't work. Hello? What the? What the? Right, well, we're gonna do the respawn with Ace. That's like half the point. Interesting. This is all disaster, bro. Alright, this is box 1. So, what is it? Maybe it's this. What is Lefty? Is this Lefty? Maybe I did the wrong one for this. I should have checked if Zapdos was spawned first. Lamau. I can't believe I didn't do that. See, that's called hubris. Don't engage in it. Let these alone on the left. Thank you very much. I like cannot tell left from right. It is very difficult for me. This isn't a joke. You like, if you're directing me in a car, you basically, you can't say left or right to me. Like if you say, if you say like turn left, it doesn't matter. What I respond best to is the direction that you're pointing. I can respond appropriately to that, but the words don't work. Saying other things besides left and right have been working. Like we've been saying Louis and Ronald, and that helps. But the word association with left and right is actually just incorrect in my brain somehow. You say Louis. E comma. Yeah, I think that's something that probably started. I only started noticing it as I got older, so maybe it. I don't know. It definitely makes me feel like a fucking idiot, though. I'll tell you what. It makes me feel so stupid. Like I can't. Like someone will be like, "Yeah, turn right here," and I'll just go left because like that's like what my brain is like telling me to do. And I just feel so stupid. It's very strange. It's a very strange feeling. But I know this is like a pretty common problem. I've like seen multiple different people and even like celebrities like talk about like how they can't tell left from right. What do you mean? Is it a consistent mirroring? I think so. Oh, Sleipnir's exit code is slightly different than. I mean, I guess I could just redo. I hate retyping the exit codes. It's like the whole point. I feel like this exit code should work. I'm gonna try it with this exit code and then. It's hard to think. I'll have to observe the next time I'm driving and I'm being given directions. I think I think it is not consistent. Oh, I didn't even run the ACE code yet, I realize. And I have a fucking... Oh, well. Oh. Well, I guess I can use the ACE code against this guy. I was gonna say, I don't want to kill him. I want to get him low, and then use the ACE code, and then kill him the next turn. Oh, sorry, I can't run. I could not, like, point you to north, and I could not point to north and stuff. Ah, Zapdos is there. Yeah, okay, the code worked. I'm just a baby. I just use the GPS. The GPS in the car just is good. Like, I can understand north, south, east, west as like a concept if you're like, yeah, we're like generally north, or like we're generally heading north or whatever like that. Like, yeah, that makes sense to me. But like, if you're like, go north on this road and then east on this road, I like won't, it's good for like the highway. Like, take 18 north or like 18 south or like I-87 or, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. I-85 east or whatever. Like, if it's something like that, like, okay, yeah, I get you. I understand that that is an eastward highway. All right, we're actually in now. We're actually about to do the runs now, gamers. So get on it. All right. Dude, my headphones are slipping. I don't understand. Using Michigan left? Dude, I thought the first time I was in Jeff's car, I thought he was gonna kill me taking a Michigan left. I cannot believe that you can just go left wherever you want here. They don't have any rules against turning left. I'm surprised left on red isn't legal in Michigan, I'll be honest with you. Okay. Let's do my settings. All right, we're ready to go. We're ready to go. Took a little bit of long time, but that's okay. All right, so the settings are L equal A, start button, held startup A. So I hold A the whole time and then I do the start button. Okay, L equal A. Are we stereo? We're stereo. All right, we got the right settings. No U-turns though. We're Dude, that's actually so weird that there's no U-turns here. In New York, you are allowed to make U-turns wherever the fuck that you want, basically. All right. Oh, so you know what? Actually, I realize what I should be doing here. First of all, Harkold, get out of here. I'm a Blisy. Join stream. Just a human. Well, you want me to set up a VTuber of a Blisy? What is my fucking SID, bruh? It's okay. No other states really allow U-turns like New York does. I was thinking I should calibrate my seed first on the Zapdos with not a target TGTV. But then I'm realizing I'm just gonna rip it and see where we get. Let's just do that, right? Without any seed calibration. I think that's a good idea. New York is a hellhole, not a state. Kind of. I have many things that I love about New York. But the main thing is I am happy I'm out. You can turn left in Michigan without a light. Michigan it does this thing, a bunch of other states do it. Where most of the lights where you can turn left at, or you could turn left at any light, but most of the lights where there is a left turn available for you to take, they have a it'll have a blinking yellow arrow. All right, and we wait here. That was a quick attempt. Weirdly, Zapdos is on the first encounter. Imagine first try. Stream instantaneously ends. Now, we want a little bit of story. Guys, this is gonna, I'm warning you, this is about to go horribly, by the way. These tools are like kind of not super tested, and the TGTV stuff that I'm doing here is gonna fuck everything up. So we'll see how this goes. Upper West Side seems super clean. No, I'm not talking about New York, the city. Yellow arrows are not a thing in other states. They are. They're definitely a thing. They're in North Carolina. Because I first saw them in... No, yellow arrows are a thing in a lot of states. They're in New York. They're in North Carolina. So the way it is in Michigan is if you have a light where there is also a green arrow, because not every light has a green arrow. So if it has a green arrow, what that means is that that is a difficult left turn to make. Oftentimes, there's so much traffic, you would never be able to make that left turn unless you had a green arrow at some point. So what they also do, instead of just having green arrow and red arrow, is they have a yellow arrow where it's blinking yellow saying, just go if you can find an opening. Just go if you can find an opening. In New York, for example, there would be no such thing as that. In New York, it would just be green arrow and red arrow. It would either let you go or it wouldn't let you go. Or it would have no arrow on the light and you just try and go whenever. So that is how it actually works. Okay, we are lax nature. This is a Zapdos. It is 50, 163, 100, 104, 143, 21, 116. All right, are you gonna crash? How long do you take? It's taking a little while, but there's a lot of things to go through here. We got the message asking it to stop. Continue, please. It might be a, I have to do IV's angle. Oh, did it just find nothing? It found nothing. I suspect it's a seeding problem. Michigan left? No, Michigan is just, you're allowed to just turn left. What? You can just like turn left at like any random double yellow intersection. Like in New York, you're not allowed to turn left at on a double yellow line, basically. Let's increase the seeds by 50. What's the premise for this, son? I want a perfect shiny Zapdos. That's the premise. Now, gamers, by the way, there are 90 of you here, which I greatly appreciate, considering I have not fucking streamed in 2 months, basically. But there's only 20 likes. If we're having a good time, please hit the like button. It helps me out in the algo, especially since I fucking sabotaged myself. And disappeared. And so, I'm not owed a like, but if you like me and you like my stream, I'd appreciate it. My back is itchy. Really, I didn't find anything still. Okay. This could be a scenario of... What am I going to do here? What am I going to do about this? Someone just gift? Ree, thank you for the 5 gifted. I appreciate you. Everybody shout outs. Everybody shout outs to Ree Fuyo. I appreciate you, homie. My goat. I am on NDS. It says DS. Why? What's wrong with DS? Here's what I'm gonna think. Yeah, I was talking to Jeff about it earlier. I know that, but I went plus minus 50 seeds. I thought that'd be enough. I could be farther off than 9,000 advances. It's not impossible either. I could just figure out the MS on my own. This is a fire red. I thought about doing a non-TTTV attempt, but that was like cowardice. I thought I viewed it as such. Okay. Here's. That's what I was gonna do. I knew it's smarter to do non-TV attempt, basically. I could just go further, to be honest. I could go 100 plus minus seeds. If this gives me no results, I'll do something. Uh-oh, there's the double. Why is there two? You get out of here. Okay. Oh, get out. No.
Thanks for the donation.
This is to go even further beyond.
Thanks for the donation. Thanks for the donation.
Alright, we're waiting. If I get no results on this plus minus 100 seeds, then I will do a change. You seen it? Dude, Shao, well, I don't know if a new one came out more recently than I thought, but I like just got into Game Changer again because Amanda and I didn't watch season 6 at all. And I saw the trailer for the 1 year later episode, and I was like, Amanda, this looks funny. We should watch Sam Says 3 and then this. And it was so fun. Vic Michaelis, they are hysterical. Easily my new favorite, not my new favorite, but like one of my favorite cast members that they've added in more recent times. I really enjoy Very Important People. It is hysterical. Yeah, so we watched all of that. We even watched a bunch of other stuff we had missed. Recently we watched Ratfish, which was also hysterical. Ratfish had me dying pretty much only because of Grandma Sweetie, who I was very disappointed lost early. Okay, I went plus minus 100. I found nothing. This to me is indicating a problem with something that I don't know about. What's the best way to fix this? I think I just have to do a non-TV attempt. I think that's simply what I have to do. So I'm gonna have to go to a regular, so let me open up. So let me go to Flowtimer. We're gonna add a new one really quick. We are gonna go to this. What is the seed that I'm seed timer? No Abra, encounter advances. Let's just do 800. Okay. So we have to do a non-TV attempt. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not screaming inside because every time Jeff does calibration runs, I make fun of him. It's held A, right? Not held start. It's startup A. I hold A. Oh my gosh, my cough. My cough is doing so much better. I have like a... Imagine wanting your seed timer to be right. You're cringe. You're cringe for wanting such a thing. Cringe. I thought I missed the button, to be honest with you. Okay. So let's open up a duplicate of this. How do I... Is there not like a duplicate tab button? Surely there is, like... But whatever. Okay. We are going for 800. This all should be correct. So now I should set this pretty high, right? In fact, we should set this to like a minimum of like 500. No, we should just set this lower. Just set this to 0. I should do like 200, right? Plus minus. Zapdos. It's another lax one. Interesting. All right. 50, 155, 104, 112, 142, 86, 110. How do I feel about GameCube Virtual Console? I mean, it's good for other people. I'm not going to use it. Is the thing. That's the truth of the matter. Is I'm just never going to use it. I have GameCube right here. I have Nintendo Wii right here, which is also GameCube. Okay, I got no results. That's not good. I'm gonna go plus minus 500 seeds. Don't even know if that exists. That could just fully crash the system. If this gives me no results, I have to open Seed Assistant, which I don't want to do, but you know, it might have to happen. Yeah, I think the GameCube Virtual Console, like XD and Gale of Darkness, I think you're not going to be able to. It finished and there's nothing. Look at this. I found nothing. What? Huh? There's no way I'm 500. Could it really be that I'm 500 seeds off? Is that even possible? I guess if I'm 500 seeds off, my advance range need to be higher. I used 800. I guess if I'm 500, but if the later I am, the earlier I'll be in the advanced range, right? So there's no way I need to go more than 1,000. Let's open Gen 3 Seed Assistant up and figure out what's going wrong. Come here, my darling. Alright. 50, 155, 104, 112, 142, 86, 110. 800 plus minus 799. Copying all of these seeds. It found no result. So do I have to browse every seed? Okay, is that even in here, though? E638. This is not even here. Oh. Yeah. Oops. It thinks I was holding no button because I pressed start. Why would it think that I'm holding no button? What? Oh, I minimized everything. I'm so sad. One moment. Huh. None? Where? Oh, that sucks. Why would it think that I'm holding nothing? That is confounding to me. I don't know. I just picked a random. Or are you talking about the main Zapdos? What makes this a triple frame perfect trick? I will tell you when we're actually doing the triple frame perfect part. Well, my issue was it thinks that I was not holding a button, but like the result there just doesn't make any sense that I just got. I guess there could be a dupe seed somewhere, but I don't think so. My actual target zaps 32-bit seed. Yeah, let me get it for you. Oh, did I use the right one, didn't I? Yeah, there's a go. Where's Jeff? Jeff. I put it in Jeff projects. Alright. We're just trying to figure out where my seed is really the issue at hand right now. So let me. Alright. Then we'll figure out what's going on after that. Gosh, Seed Assistant is so fucking big. Be tinier, little idiot. Okay. It thinks that I'm holding no button. What? It is repeatedly thinking that I'm not holding a button. No, this is not even the problem. I am holding A the entire intro, and all of the seeds it gives me are wrong. So this one is button A, like as held startup A. I have that. But it thinks that I'm hitting A on the title screen rather than start. Or button start, which is what I hit, but then held none. And then I'm not doing any of the blackout buttons. I'm not letting go. Like, this is a problem. Like, my actual target zap. I sent you my actual target zap. Are like some of these indexed wrong? I'm definitely holding A. I will go one more with this. Very confusing. And the A button is definitely working. Holding A the whole time. I have not stopped pressing A. Should I maybe just start holding A when fire red pokes up? But I've never had a problem like that before. Anytime I have hold A, I press start, I just hold A from the beginning. What the heck? You're live debugging? It's very confusing to me because there should be no circumstance. Great, the game's broken. I don't think so. We'll figure it out. But I guarantee you it's going to tell me it's a... I bet you it's going to happen again right here. Every single one of these is wrong. And none of these I am holding A and then pressing start. And it's never showing up as potential. Maybe I'll press A after the GBA. I thought pressing it during the BIOS screen was fine, but maybe I'll press it even after the BIOS screen. I started holding it here. Or, I started holding it right when I saw this copyright screen. Very nice. Emperor Manueletti. Restart? What do you mean? We're being chilling. There's no problem here. We'll figure it out. It's the capture card cheats. The capture card's for all of your benefit, not for mine. The capture card is so that you guys can see a nice, pretty screen instead of a fucking webcam. No, because that's what it's telling me to do. It's telling me to press... This program is telling me to press start. The seed depends on what button you are holding from the time you boot the game all the way until the title screen. And then after that, it is also dependent on what button you use to press at continue on the title screen. So you could press A, you could press start. If you're on L equals A, you could press L. All right. This is a horrible Zapdos. It's just never showing up. Button start held none. I don't understand. It's not showing up. I actually don't understand what's going on. Restart the program? It has nothing to do with anything. What's up, Lucky Rob? How you doing? I'm getting a -4 instead of a -8. No held button. Yeah, let me just pick a seed with no held button, maybe is the angle. Why no, there's not one. Let me just pick a different TGTV seed. This one could be good. I think we should just pivot. This one is just a seed that is just button start. We're just gonna ignore it and continue with a different seed until we can figure out what the hell's going on here. All right, that's the MS. My target frame is this. And we have a nicer, longer timer in the TV now, so that's cool. Well, I think what's up with F5D F8 was that I was getting -4. That was a startup A button. And it was not giving me a startup A. I was still trying to hit this seed. Like even when I switched to the other Zapdos, I was trying to hit this seed and I was not getting startup A. This is Fire Red 1.1. Could it be a difference with Fire Red 1.0 versus Fire Red 1.1? Could it be a DS versus GBA difference? Whoops, daisy. Okay. So this is no held buttons. And I held A in every different way. I held A from just holding it to start the DS. I held A from just from the bio screen, and then I held A after the bio screen ended. All of them were not correct. Oh, I fucked up. I have to pee very quickly, and then I will do my first real attempt. Been drinking a bunch of coffee and a bunch of water. Oh. Yeah, what do you got for me, Laserbeak? What question? Oh. What question do you have? I have to reset this up as well. Let me get a calculator open. Alright, let's see if we can't hit anything. We'll do a TV attempt and then we'll do a non-TV attempt, see what's going on. Or we'll do a TV attempt and if we can, hopefully we can get a result. And if we can't get one, we'll do a non-TV result. And then if that doesn't work, I will cry. I will be very sad and I'll cry. Because I won't know what the frick is going wrong. Have I ever done Battle Tower RNG? No, like RNGing the teams that show up in the Battle Tower. I think someone came up with a way to do that. I've just never even looked at it. To manipulate with teams. And someone mentioned earlier, is it because I'm pressing A at the wrong time on Zapdos? No. The legendary birds in Fire and Leaf Green, only Pokemon who work like this, as far as I know, where they are determined when you press A on them to get their dialogue to show up and not A after their dialogue. Like, I don't know why they're generated that way. It's very strange. I mean, I say very strange. It's just not typically how they do things. I don't know why it's done that way. All right, let's check where we landed. Zapdos. So this is 50, 151, 96, 104, 136. Well, no, Mewtwo doesn't work that way. Mewtwo does not work that way. Mewtwo does not work that way. Just the 3 birds in Fire and Leaf Green. They're the only ones that are behaving strangely. Did I put the right nature in? I did. Yes, the TV speeds up. Ah, we got a result! Look at that. First result. There we go. Okay. So 77EB. So technically I could put, I need to adjust my seed. So let's see what seed 77EB is. My target seed is 2412. I was quite a ways off. I was about 16. I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was 6 advances off. So what's my milliseconds here? I was 6 late. So what we'll do is 16. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So let's try this new timing. All right, let's see where we get. I've been doing Coliseum, RNG, and last night I had 4 attempts in a row, 1 frame off. Doing what? What type of RNG? Yes, so everyone's wondering, why are you opening this baby item, tutorial baby item for little idiots? Well, the TGTV causes the RNG to advance 313 times the usual speed, right? So what's happening is, typically the game advances the RNG 1 advance every time the screen draws a frame. So it's every frame, the RNG is advanced by 1. Okay? Makes sense so far, right? The TGTV causes an additional 312 RNG advances to happen. And so I have to close the TV at the same time as this second timer ends to be frame perfect with that. It's the shuffling of the static in the background that is causing the extra advancements. All right, so let's see. So this is a triple frame perfect trick. I have to hit start on the title screen at the correct time. I have to close the TV at the correct time. And then I have to talk to this Zapdos at the correct time. That is a triple frame perfect trick. Sorry about all the coughing. I got sick a few weeks ago, and then the post-nasal drip has effectively just been poisoning me. Right. We got Hardy. Finish up my coffee. It's so annoying. All right. I'm Fire Red 1.1. Yesterday it was in the 60s, and today it's sleeting. Michigan. When do you start holding A? Do you have a Fire Red 1.1 you can check? Okay, I do it from the DS home screen too, usually. Okay, I got no result, which is not good. I don't love that I got no results here. Probably my target frame. I probably was wildly off in the TV. Let's go down to 6. Let's search a little bit longer frame range. I didn't enter the level. Oh. Gosh dang it. You're so correct. Well, now I have to wait. Everybody's a critic. Level entry, level entry. Listen here, you little fuckers. I appreciate you telling me what I did wrong. I didn't notice it. Am I still Kirbying? What's happening? I am still Kirbying. The Japanese Fire Red games have different offsets for 1.0, 1.1. God fucking damn it. It is just... It's just wrong. 1.1 just has a different... Oh my god, Jeff. That's actually... I'm glad I'm testing this. We know now. We know. It's probably just -4. We probably figured it out. I think it's very funny you're calling them the offset nerds. All right. Crazy no one figured that out till now? Yeah. Back in my day, we didn't do any of this holding button nonsense. Yes, we did. That's not true at all. We knew about hold buttons for a long time. We were doing held buttons before we fully understood how it even worked. Oh, I was on seed. Perfect. I was on seed. W. Not back in the day. Because we were doing select. Back in a different day. Let's see how far off I was. I don't know. I'm aiming for advance 186609, and I hit 18.7. I was a couple of TVs late at least. Let's find. I was 2 TVs late. Oh, we were pretty close already, to be honest. Back in Mud Day, we started the game 9,000 times and we hated it. People like shiny hunting, believe it or not. It's hard for me to comprehend. I find shiny hunters well, no, if I was getting -4, it's probably consistent. You can check the 3 seeds I hit. I bet you... That felt bad. I bet you the 3 seeds I hit were -4 every single time. I would guarantee you they're -4 every single time, Jeff. You have to figure out what each button is, though. Yeah. Different buttons have different minuses. Square Shiny is the biggest cap of all of Pokemon. I'm actually so disappointed. I'm actually so sad Game Freak made Square Shinies, because it has confused people forever about what they even are. What up, Saitos? Oh, I fucked up. The annoying thing is we only have the one sheet. The one sheet doesn't matter. What are you talking about? You just have 10 lines. Say Fire Red 1.1 ing. Instead, as a selection here. And then you just have it take for all scenarios other than buttons. From the regular Fire Red 1.0 sheet. And then any held button modifiers will be from the... like, modified on the fly. Because the Fire Red... The Fire Red 1.0... The Fire Red spreadsheet in English... The Fire Red spread in English doesn't have any of the held buttons. Those are just offsets calculated later on. Right? So you could just do that again with Fire Red 1.1. His name is Jeff in real life. And I think he is using Jefe as Spanish for boss. I think it's both things are true. Yes, so Square... A lot of people think 1 in 65,535 for Square Shiny. It is not true. That is incorrect. That is a false truth. Fake. Lies. They're all lying to you if they tell you that. So. For eggs, that's true. For wild Pokemon, it's reversed. And that's not true. So within Sword and Shield, wild Pokemon are almost always going to be Square Shiny, and then they have a 1 in 65,535 chance to be a Star Shiny. And then it's reversed for raids, and it's reversed for eggs. It's so insane that they messed it up. And in reality, people say, like, when you really even think about it, is the Square Shiny rarer than the other Shiny? You say it's a 1 in 65,535 chance. And it's like, well, that's kind of true, but it's also kind of not true, because it's not like, it's basically just that the XOR for the TID, SID, and PID is fully canceled out. The operation results in a 0 rather than resulting in 1 through 7, right? But it's like 1 through 7 are all equally as common as 0. So does it even matter? Like, it just doesn't matter. right? What you should think about whether you want a square shiny or not is, do you like the square shiny more? And do you like the star shiny more? And the only instance that matters currently in the entire series is in Sword and Shield. It is not a square shiny or a star shiny in any other game. If you send them into other games, that shit does not exist. Yeah, that's just something to consider, by the way. Okay, 6B71. Let's see, show my seeds, please. I mean for 2-4, whatever. Am I aiming for 2-4-1-2? I can't find it in this little list here. I was 1 seed late. It's fine. 186919. I was like 1 TV late, basically. Okay. That's Hefe, man. All right, we're close. We were basically like 2 frames off total. Yeah, but bragging rights. I'm pretty anti-bragging rights, people. I think if that you get a Pokemon and you like start talking to everyone else about how cool it is because it's rarer because of X factor, I think that you're kind of a loser. Like, I never thought... I think I was late on a seed there, honestly. Like, I've always... my favorite RNG manips have always been the ones that I viewed as difficult, right? I view TGTV as very difficult. That's why that the original Zapdos I got is one of my favorites. I also view, well, a square shiny is not any more statistically improbable than any other shiny, right? All 8 possible operations of the XOR calculation have the exact same chance to occur. The only, right, what makes a difference is what do you want? Right? It's like a square shiny is rarer because that is what you want in that specific moment, right? Yeah, and a lot of people keep commenting on that Groudon video, and I am actually going to talk about it in a video I've got upcoming. But a lot of people keep saying, like, that Groudon is the same is just as common as any other Pokemon in the game because all Pokemon have the same chance to occur. And it's like, well, that is kind of true, but you have to consider like the fact that there is a desired outcome, right? Like people don't often consider like, oh, is there a desired outcome or not when they're talking about something like that, right? And so it's like, yes, the Groudon that I got is about as common as, you know, any other Pokemon for the most part. It's technically not true that all of them have the same chance to spawn, but we can ignore that for now, right? And so it's like, if I have a 6-sided die and I need to get a 6, I need to roll and get a 6 to win a game, and I roll the die 3 times and I don't get the 6, and someone is like, well, it's okay because 3 is just as rare as 6. And it's like, well, I only wanted the 6. I don't care in a vacuum what the odds of getting any side of the die's face are. I care what the percent chance of me rolling a specific side of that die is, right? That's what matters when shiny hunting or RNG manipping or talking about rarity when you're aiming for a specific IV spread or something like that, right? That's the type of thing that matters. Okay, I hit my target advance. No, I was 10 advances late. 8. 18619. I think I was 10 advances late. No, that's 1 TV late again. Was I late on my seed again? I was too late on my seed there. All right, we're gonna try one more time before adjusting. Nat 20 is just as common as a 10 angle. Technically true, but also fuck whoever says that. Go talk to any person on that Groudon short that I made. the short, I made a short. It's on my channel. Shorts. It's, this Groudon is 102,539 times rarer than a shiny. And all of the comments are just filled with people telling me that it's not rare. I'm sure I could find a multiple of them. If you have anything but an 8. No, it's if anything but a 0. 8 never comes into play with the shiny calculation, by the way. It's 0 through 7. You want the XOR operation to result in a 0 for a square shiny. Literally shout, if you sort the comments by new, it's just bunches of people going, this dude is committing the simplest misuse of statistics. All other Groudons are in fact equally as rare to find as each other. Literally multiple people are just commenting that on my channel, being like, you're doing statistics wrong. It's like, bitch, I care about the fucking one outcome. I know that it's like, well, first of all, the funny part is they're kind of wrong in the sense that like not all IV and nature combos are possible, so that rule doesn't even technically work, but, oh, I typed something wrong. I got a -1. Oh, I put the nature in wrong. I didn't put the right nature in. Okay. It's the same odds. The chance of getting a 31 IV is no rarer than the chance of getting a 17 IV. Surely the logic is that every single Groudon has that same rarity and each one has its own random combination. Every Pokemon is as rare as each other. This one's really funny. It's not those odds if you're manipulating the game to get it. That's unrelated, but that's funny. That's a funny thing to comment. So even if we grant all Groudons are equal outside of conditioning on the same probability, once we condition for it, it matters. Yeah, true. Isn't that factually untrue when Pokemon RNG isn't truly random but predetermined? I mean, Pokemon's random number generator is random enough for the end user, I would say. I would say Emerald is the only game they beefed it too badly. Like, they really beefed it in Emerald to make it so you couldn't soft reset. It's quite a beefing. It's like a legendary beefing, I would say. But the problem is, like, oh, okay. All right, we were 1 seed late a couple. All right, so I'm gonna adjust my seed timer a little bit. I'm gonna go down by 8. Okay. Let's see what we got. I'm just skewing a little bit late. Here's the problem. Now, because I was skewing late so many times, I have to like, here's, I guess the best example to give to someone like that is like, you have to like show it in like a high stress situation, I guess I would say. Like, explain it to them like it's Russian roulette. It's like, when it comes to Russian roulette, I know any given chamber has a 1 in 6 chance of having the bullet. But I only want one outcome. Oh, I fucked up again. I choked. Actually, that's not a good example. I'm trying to... whatever. Like, you're starting to think, like, please don't be the one result that I don't want. Please don't be that result. Like, there's a... Russian roulette, you never have to deal with sore losers. True. I switched to a seed where I don't need that. Oops. If someone survives Russian roulette losing, then you have to finish the job. That's part of the rules. All right, can we hit the seed that I want? Math is so cool. I love math. Oh, I got no result. Huh? 1/5. Wait, it says brave. Why is it? Dang it. Why did it do that? Ultra Sun and Moon sees a reset every instance of boot, right? It's every soft reset. They're not attached to the save file, as far as I know, no. RNG manipulation considered illegitimate? I mean, I don't think so, but like, what do you mean, Martin? Like, what's your question? Like, because you have to like... It's like, we're not doing anything that the game can't do. Like, we're not doing anything out of bounds of the games, right? I'm not modding the console. I'm not modding the game. Everything the game is doing, it can do in its base form. That's the coolest part about RNG manipulation to me, is I'm using a DS and a GBA game and nothing else. I don't need anything special. But it's like, you know, we had to do a lot of like code research and like debugging and like breaking down. So it's like some people are literally so much like Nintendo pilled that like that type of research into the game is not okay for them. Like they don't like it. They think that makes it cheating because you had to break down the game in some way. I don't think so. And then some people just don't like it because they don't, what they care about is the surprise. Again, I don't care about that, but you know, we're one seed late. So it's like, well, some people think that if you have to like debug or like decompile the game, that is inherently cheating. They couldn't disqualify you. They would have no way of knowing. It's not it's not possible for someone to know. It is not possible for Nintendo to disqualify you for RNGing a Pokemon because all Pokemon obtained via RNG manipulation are possible by just soft resetting the game and doing it naturally. It's always possible for that to happen. It can't be illegal. Like, if they said RNG manipulation is illegal for tournaments, how would they prove that I RNG'd a Pokemon? They would see a Pokemon that's all 31s and be like, you cheated, definitely. It's like, okay, I could just bust out fucking footage of me doing it without cheating. Like, what are you talking about? Like, how could they ever, you know what I mean? Star Citizen? I have no idea what that is. Is it a game or a book or what? Did I just the same one? I hit the exact same seed in Zapdos. The only case anyone would even have for that RNG manipulation is illegitimate in some manner is that you have to, for the most part, people are like debugging the game somehow. They're either like decompiling it by like extracting the ROM and putting it onto a computer, and then what they're doing is they're finding info out through ways the company Nintendo doesn't want you to do, right? Nintendo doesn't want you to decompile a game and look at the source code to figure out how things work. They don't want you doing that. But that's not like, even if that's against like Nintendo's terms of service, like, okay, like, fuck you, bro. What I don't care if I break Nintendo's terms of fucking service. That's not legality insofar as competitive play. All the Pokemon, RNG manipulation is just knowing what the game is doing. It's just knowing what the game is doing and then pressing A at the right time. And that's it. You could never get punished for it. It's not illegitimate, as far as I'm concerned. Star Citizen is a space game that's been developed for like 13 years and is still barely playable. I mean, how has it been in development for so long? Who's funding it? That's crazy. Is it just like a rich person with infinite money? In general, I think a game that's been in development for that long, it probably can never live up to its own hype, right? I just imagine it just can't be possible. You can buy ships for real money, and people wail on it. Oh. Yeah, I mean, that sounds kind of predatory. If there's a developer who is like... What? Making you... I don't know, that just seems weird. I like it when my games are finished. I actually don't even like DLC that much in games. Because it's like... I find that... a lot of the times, DLC is not, like... It almost feels like it's more like they just have to do it for the market. That's how it is, like, rather than being made for some purpose. Okay, I'm consistently late on my seed by 1, so we'll go. All right, we'll go again. Thank you, Altug. Appreciate you. Outlug? Altug. Oops. Mo, there's usually no reason DLC content couldn't be in the base game. Well, I mean, that's not true. DLC is... It's not that I don't always hate DLC. It's like... Oh, well, yeah, if DLC comes out... If DLC comes out on launch date, I don't like that, obviously. But there are reasons DLC can't come out with game launch, and it's because it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, games are a product of capitalism meant to make money. No matter how much they are also art. So they have to be finished at some point and be released so the people who are making them can get food. Like, that's just the truth. That's just the truth of making a game. That's just the end result truth. Are there games that have a privilege of having a much longer development cycle because of various funding things? Totally. Like, even a game that I love that's an indie game, the sequel to Hollow Knight, Silksong, has basically been in development hell for 5 years. Or I don't know if it's hell. It's just taken a really long ass time. And I'm sure it's going to be amazing because Hollow Knight was so fucking good. But it's like, not everyone is that lucky to be able to just chip away and perfect the thing that they want to make. And so it's like, and also, you have to also consider that sometimes, in fact, oftentimes, I would say, I don't want to say crunch as in like actual dev crunch that's bad, but like, things can be benefited from having a strict timetable, right? If you only have X amount of time to release it, the creative decisions you are forced to engage in to meet that deadline can end up enhancing things, because oftentimes if you have infinite time to make a thing, it could end up being bloated / you don't know where to cut off the thing that you're making, right? It's like, well, how do you know development is done on a product if you have infinite time and infinite money to make it and release it? Like, how are you sure that it's done, right? And so it's like, sometimes just having that cutoff date, it just helps. So, you know, there's reasons for such things to be true, right? You know what I'm saying? I think we all get what I'm saying here. Well, I don't even just mean games. I mean anything in general. Was I 1 seed late again, motherfucker? I think they are a team less than 5 people. Team Cherry, I think, is literally 3 people. And I think the main musician was like hired extra. Like the people who aren't on Team Cherry were like commissioned workers. You know what I mean? Well, Silksong is different also because Silksong did not start off as a game. If anyone recalls, Silksong was actually the final stretch goal in their campaign, and it was just supposed to be a DLC that lets you play as Hornet. And they chose, I think against a lot of people's wishes at this point, to just make it a full independent game. I have faith in Team Cherry. I hope it's good. Games do get fumbled sequels. People forget they can just fumble it. It can just never come out. These things can all happen. There are a million reasons why a product might not get released. I'm similarly worried about Across the Spider-Verse, the final movie in the Spider-Verse movies, because the first two movies are the second movie I can't call a masterpiece in good conscience because it's not finished, basically, but the first movie is a masterpiece, right? One of the best movies made in like the last 10 years. I don't think Game Freak employees are the problem, personally. I think Game Freak employees are pretty much victims of crunch. I think the Game Freak execs are engaging in crunch and in like low quality product. I think it's clear the teams at Game Freak, to me, Game Freak has a lot of signs of Sonic Team in the early aughts and late 90s, where Sonic Team didn't make a Sonic game for the Sega Saturn. They made Nights into Dreams, which is a really cool, unique game. I think that's 1 seed early now. I was 1 seed early. I was 1 seed early on my exact target. So Game Freak to me clearly wants to make another type of game, because Sonic Team, for example, started Sonic Adventure trying to make a Sonic RPG. And if you play Sonic Adventure, yes, all the cutscenes are really bad, all of the dialogue is horrible, nothing is good, really only some of the levels are good, right? But if you play that game, you can see that it really is kind of trying to be something close to an action RPG. Like, this might literally sound insane, but it's like, it's really the overworld fields in Sonic Adventure are like, it's like Zelda-esque or like Kingdom Hearts-esque, where you just go around and you talk to people to figure things out. And what they're trying to do, and what they're trying to do with the Sonic games is they try to take Sonic and make it something that it's not. Or you could argue in a more positive light, they're trying to expand what Sonic could be. And I would say that is what, starting with Let's Go and continuing into Legends Arceus, I would say Game Freak is clearly trying to expand what Pokemon is capable of being as a franchise, because I think they feel like the traditional RPG mechanics are holding it back, and I think that they feel that the tie to competitive play is also holding them back. If you noticed, Legends Arceus had no competitive play, and I would suspect there's not going to be any multiplayer battles in Legends ZA either, to be honest with you. I would be surprised if there are, and I think it's because they don't want to have to worry about that anymore, right? Competitive Pokemon as a game, they are trying to divorce it from the actual games. Now, how well is that going to work? I don't know. That could end up just killing competitive Pokemon altogether if Champions doesn't work out. But I think they're hoping that it has a big enough base at this point. I think they're hoping it has a big enough base at this point that Champions will be able to sustain itself. Wow, there's 136 people in here. All of you are awesome. But I've noticed something. We don't even have 100 likes. Can we get 100 likes, people? I'd really appreciate it. Oh my god, just hit like, sorry. I saw it go up to 1. It's 71 now. Cousin Who, thank you for your like. You're appreciated. I was on seed. I was 2 advances early. I think fully just 2 advances early. I was perfect on my TV advances. I was 2 advances early. I was perfect on everything except my TV. I was even perfect on TV. Wow. I'll do an adjustment. Why the fuck not, right? Please share the web. It's in my latest video, Saitaz. It's the one I used for the starter. It's the one I used for the shiny starter. I feel like there's no excuses at this point why modern battles can't look the way that they did in Battle Revolution. I think there is a good excuse, and I think that there is 400 more Pokemon available in Scarlet and Violet. There's 400 more Pokemon available in Scarlet and Violet just in the game alone than there was in Battle Revolution. And Battle Revolution on its own was just a full game made exclusively for battling, right? In Scarlet and Violet, there's other stuff to do. They have to make a whole other game. It's not just battles. There's other stuff. Like in Scarlet and Violet, they did a whole retuning of Pokemon's textures and models and animations. Pokemon look significantly better in Scarlet and Violet than they did in Sword and Shield, I think. If I had a nickel for everyone from New York with ties to Smash Scene moved to Michigan, I would have 2 nickels, which is not saying that I have ties to the Smash Scene and comparing me to IBDW or Cody Schwab, excuse me. Sorry. I didn't mean to fucking dead tag Cody. Is very, very nice of you. I was never even half the player. I was never even quarter the player Cody is. I was a local TO though, which makes me cool. Pokemon is not trying to be something. So Elden Ring, you have to think about this. What is Elden Ring, right? Elden Ring is a video game, but Elden Ring is doing pretty much, I would argue, one thing. All Elden Ring has to think about is its combat system, right? It's not, Pokemon is like, Pokemon is almost trying to be like, it's trying to be like a lot of different things at once, right? Pokemon is an RPG. There's multiple different battle types. There's multiple different mini games and like other things. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Pokemon is trying to be more versatile on the surface. It's trying to be a game for everyone, right? I think Pokemon is supposed to be a game for kids that is like also for everyone, right? I'm like 1 TV late, I think, or something like that. I don't really want to adjust. Yours is a collector's item? Seriously, rocking that pre-V1 DS capture card. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy a new dude, buying a new capture card, despite the fact that I could buy a new capture card and write it off on my taxes as a business expense. I'm not gonna do that because it's stupid. It's a waste of it's a waste of fucking time and money for me to do that. Even if it's even as a business expense, it's a waste of my time and money. I forgot what button I was supposed to press. Is this start? It is. I literally just forgot. The Elden Ring PC port is garbage? It's why? What? Really? I didn't hit the start on the TV, gosh dang it. They are doing that right now. It's called Pokemon Champions. It's probably coming out next year. I mean, if I had to guess. Same reason most console PC ports are garbage. They take an optimized for console and then just add a bunch of features to make it look better and do zero optimizations. But can't you just like change the settings? What? I missed a beep. I missed a beep somehow. Do you think Kirby Air Riders is the last Sakurai project? I don't care what that guy does. Shit developer. I'm actually fully coped out that Sakurai is talentless. And that HAL Laboratories is actually the reason the first two Smash games are good. And it has nothing, and it's the reason that Kirby's good. It has nothing to do with Sakurai. I'm fully coped out on it, bro. I never played Kid Icarus Uprising. It looks cool though. I'm being a little mean for just for the bit, basically. But I'm waiting just for the bit. But basically, the thing about Sakurai is I love Melee so goddamn much. Melee is actually a great game, and I will even argue not as much of Melee is an accident as everybody keeps talking about. People keep talking about Melee is this beautiful accident, blah, blah, blah. I think almost every mechanic in Melee was intentional. All the cool stuff was 100% intentional. Wave dashing, intentional. L canceling, so a player with high AP... Like, L canceling is a mechanic that forces you to have high APM, right? People oftentimes say that it's a pointless mechanic. It kind of is, but pushing L is a bonus for timing your moves right? It's to time your moves better, and if you do that, you get a reward. So it does two things to you, right? It forces you to have quick hands to push the buttons, and then if a skilled player, a person who's good at doing this skill test is rewarded. So what does that do? That attracts two people, and it encourages the player to do two things. It encourages the player to be quicker, and then it rewards them for being quicker. So that naturally will create a fast-paced game if you know how to L cancel. You know what I'm saying? If you think a 1F move is intentional, you're actually delusional. Shine is not intentional. Shine actually is fully intentional. The reason Shine is invincible on frame 1, and I can tell you this, Shine is invincible on the first frame that it comes out. The reason that is because if it wasn't, it would clank with projectiles and not reflect them. That is actually the reason. Because the reflector comes out and then it would clank because there's a damaging box there. It would clank with the damaging box. And you know this would happen because it happens in PM, because they removed the invulnerability from Shine. And when they removed the invulnerability from Shine, now if you time your Shine perfectly with 100% guaranteed, If you time your shine perfectly in PM, it clanks and it doesn't reflect, which is actually not rewarding properly. It's literally on purpose. He literally did it on purpose. It is on purpose. It's like that for a reason. It's also like that in 64, by the way. They had a chance to change it, but they didn't. I'm telling you, if you take out the frame 1 invulnerability of Shine, it does not reflect. I'm telling you that is a known fact, and I guarantee you that's why they had it there. Literally guarantee it to you. Absolutely on purpose. You literally can't I can't be convinced. I'm 100% sure I'm correct, by the way. And why is a move coming out on frame 1 and being invulnerable for that one frame bad game design, by the way? It only lasts 1 frame. Like, I don't think Shine is a badly designed move. I think it's a well-designed move on purpose. In fact, the only thing that I think so like, what I think people should be referring to when they talk about Melee is a beautiful accident. You can't convince me a fun party game is meant to be taken super serious. There's 2 things I have to say about that. 1, the intent of the author doesn't matter. I don't care. 8F reflect. So what happens the 7 frames before the reflect happen? You can get hit, right? So Sakurai wanted a quick reflecting move. He wanted the move to reflect right away. That's the point. It's supposed to be a quick reflect move. There are other reflects in Smash Bros that are slower. Fox, I don't know if Fox ever even stops being frame 1, to be honest with you. Is it frame 1 in Brawl? It probably is. The whole point about Fox is he's supposed to be fast. It's 1 frame in 64. It's 1 frame in Melee, baby. What are reflector moves in Melee? Also, by the way, Sakurai put Power Shield into the game. A thing where if you shield frame perfectly in the first 1 or 2 frames of getting hit, you are invincible and reflect all projectiles. That is also put into the game on purpose. If you think, like, I don't understand how you could even think that Power Shield is... Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Power Shield is perfectly congruent with how the game was made. Let's look at the frame data. Is this Melee only? I don't know if they have the data in other games. They're only posting the frame data for Melee on this website. What's it in Brawl? What's the frame data in Brawl like, baby? Lamau, it's actually invincible longer in Brawl. He is intangible on frames 1 through 3 in Brawl. That shit was absolutely on purpose. You will never convince me. Oh my god, that's so fucking funny. It literally is invincible even longer in Brawl. And it comes out on frame 1 still, by the way. It's so funny. That shit cracks me up. They don't have the data for Smash 4. In Smash Ultimate, it is only nerfed to come out on frame 2 instead of frame 1. It is 1 frame slower. The intent of this move inarguably, I think and you can say, look, it's not frame 1 in Ultimate, therefore, but like, to me, the fact that he is invincible on frames 2 and 3 in Ultimate, a game intentionally slowed down from Melee and even Brawl, proves only further to me that the intent of that move was to come out on as like insanely quickly on purpose. I think that is 100% guaranteed the intent of the move. And if you asked Sakurai, is this supposed to come out on frame 1? He would say yes. Guarantee you, guarantee you. What's your question, Lucky Rob? So yeah, like when you say, oh, you can't convince me a party game was meant to be taken seriously. It's like funny. It's like, because why does it matter what Sakurai meant? Right? Why does it matter what the author of the game meant? Why does it matter that he didn't want it to be taken? First of all, I don't think that's true. He has repeatedly said that Melee was a sharp game, is the sharpest game in the series, meant to be rewarding skilled player. He said that multiple times, first of all. But second of all, it's like, who cares if that's not what he wanted? That's what it became. Right? That's what it is. Are you going to look at me and say I'm playing Pokemon wrong? Pokemon was never meant to be a game of skill where you hit buttons at a time. It's like, okay, probably not, but who cares? What? This is what's fun about it. This is a fun thing. Right? Like, why does that matter? You know, does that matter? Does that affect you in any way? I think I'm like one TV early. Your point is that everything in Melee was intentional. I mean, no, not everything. I think the accident of Melee is Sakurai not realizing, and the developers in general not realizing, the extent to which all of these individual mechanics could be combined together, right? They wanted Fox's Shine to be quick, so they made it come out on frame 1. They wanted Fox's Shine to not feel laggy, so they let you jump out of it on frame 4, right? They wanted you to be able to slide on the ground with an air dodge, so they let you air dodge. They really didn't think that you would be able to do all of those things in like they never imagined it. Melee is not a normal fighting game. I think there's literally nothing wrong with Fox's Shine. I think it's clear that not only was it intentional to come out frame 1. First of all, Melee is like the highest APM fighting game that you can get. Melee is like probably higher APM than like Marvel. It is like an insane, unhinged, quick speed game. It is like ridiculous. You're gonna struggle to find a game that has higher APM than Melee. You like Melee is a fighting game, yeah. It's a different type of fighting game, but it's a fight. What does a fighting game even mean? Actions per minute. Mario Kart is a fighting game. I wouldn't agree with that. Melee is a platformer, not a fighting game. No, it's a platform fighting game. Melee is definitely a fighting game. I think it's kind of delusional to not say it's a fighting game. If Melee isn't a fighting game, why was it at Evo for so many years? I was 2 seeds late on target frame. I gotta lock in on my seed. I think you can... I don't think that matters. Yeah, platform fighters, aka platform fighting games. Yeah. It is a subgenre of fighting game that is different. This is called a platform fighter. I think it's a fighting game. I think a lot of fundamentals of Smash can apply to other fighting games as long as you take the time to like the concept of footsies, the concept of spacing, the concept of baiting. These are all the concept of mix-up, the concepts of oxygen selects. These are all things that are in Melee that you can apply to other fighting games. Yeah, I think it's just clearly a subgenre of fighting game. Chess is an action RPG. That's funny. It's the reason people started calling... It's the reason you differentiate anime fighter games from regular fighting games. So our only games were, well then like, well I would argue the inputs in Melee are complex. It doesn't need to look the same visually to the layperson. The player needs to be able to understand and communicate these concepts across each other. And I think the concept of those things do, like, I think they effectively translate. Well, it depends on what you're talking about. Like Dragon Ball Fighter Z has pretty simple inputs compared to a game like Street Fighter. I don't know what a snowshoe cat is. I think there's validity in making sure that you understand that Melee is distinct. I think there's validity in separating Melee from a traditional fighting game like Street Fighter. In the sense of, like, obviously there are meaningful differences. In terms of the mechanics. So if I just said fighting game, and then I look at Street Fighter and I look at Melee, right? The mechanical differences make you look at them and go, well, these aren't that similar. And that's true to some extent. I can't disagree with that. But there's also importance in combining the two of them because, again, there is a lot of crossover in terms of how you actually play the game and how you space. And you, like, if you're a Melee player and you have never even tried to play a traditional fighting game, I think you would gain a lot from, like, learning how footsies and stuff work in those games Because traditional fighting players, like I'm not even talking like Guilty Gear or like DBZ fighters or whatever. I'm talking like Street Fighter. Like those games are a lot slower paced than Melee. And you can learn a lot from just like playing them a little bit. I didn't understand Falco Laser until I played Ryu in Street Fighter. Exactly. Like understanding it as a zoning tool, like you could benefit a lot from branching out. Oh, I think my wife messaged me a while ago that she was coming home. I have to pee. While the seed comes in, I will go to the bathroom. Oh, yeah, where's my phone? What did I land on? I was on seed. I was quite a few frames off, but I kind of expected to be. But Falco is to be used as a projectile where Ryu Fireball should be as poke. What does that mean? Do you think Falco Laser should not be used as poke? What does that even mean? I mean, I think that's the whole purpose of the laser tool. The main purpose of the laser is zoning. Zoning and like spacing and positioning, I would say. I would say if you're yeah, I would argue that's the purpose of the laser in Melee. The laser is used to force your opponent into a location that you want in the way that you want so that you can then force them into a bad position. The damage for Melee can matter, or for laser can matter. It will add up over the course of the game. I love the Wombo combo, and I am upset that the Wombo combo has been appropriated by many other communities. The League of Legends communities keeps calling team combos a Wombo combo. They don't understand the origin. They don't understand the history. They don't understand that their use for it is stupid. It is so fucking easy to do in a Mumu ult into a fucking Neela ult into a Malphite ult compared to how difficult the Wombo combo was. One of the hardest things of all time. Then it's not being used as a projectile now, is it? It's being used as poke. You said that the Falco laser shouldn't be used as poke. And I'm accurately then comparing it to Ryu Fireball. Falco Laser can be used as a projectile, and it also is an excellent poke tool. I don't understand. What are you? You're like nitpicking something that can't be nitpicked. I feel like there's nothing I'm late again. I need to be early. I should probably adjust my seed timing even earlier, but I don't want to. I can lower the seed number actually to really make things easy for me. I've also really never hit an outside of the 1800 range, but I don't want to really lower it that much. Those are two you cannot even compare. You literally cannot even compare Fox Laser to Falco Laser. They're not even remotely the same. They're like, you can't even compare them. They're like so functionally different. What does it matter if Fox has... Well, I don't understand. What does it matter if Fox's laser isn't a poke? What does it matter? Falco's clearly is. What does it matter? There are pokes in Melee. There's tons. I don't understand. I think that the reason, like, I feel like you're just like restricting your brain if you can't see the similarities between these things. And I think that you can't, I think that it's like interesting. It's like, I've had this concept with Amanda lately. So like lately, like my wife and I have been playing, we've been doing like lots of like daily games with each other in the morning. So like we'll do I was still late on my seed. So like we'll do connections together, and we'll do we'll do connections, and I will very much struggle seeing the connections between certain things, as the game implies, where it's like, it's hard for me, and I call it thinking one-dimensionally, where I can't like change the meaning of the word in my head easily, where I struggle to like, I'll look at the word president, and all I can think of is the president of the United States, politically, a political president. But in reality, president can also mean the president of a company. It can also mean the president of like a, hold on, sorry. Like it can also mean the president of a company, or it can also mean the president of something else, like of a neighborhood or something. But my point is, I oftentimes can't get my head. I can't get my head off of the single use that I can think of. And I call that thinking one-dimensionally. So like, to me, if you look at Melee and you look at Street Fighter, which are very different games, and you say, undoubtedly, Melee's not a fighting game, don't count it as a fighting game, there's no reason to count it as a fighting game. To me, you're thinking one-dimensionally, because you are not able to like look at the bigger picture and see the actual large amount of similarities it has and the validity in calling it a fighting game, because that could help you in various different ways. Like, they are not, like, a game and a word is not one thing. It is not the one thing that you think it is in the moment. And it's like, yes, obviously having harder definitions matter, and obviously having more specific definitions also can matter, but like, I think that like you can accept that Melee is a fighting game and also it isn't a fighting game. It can literally both. I would actually unbelievably argue that both things can be true at the same time. I don't even know what seed that is. There's no way I was that late on my seed. That's crazy. I have no idea who you are. You have 4 top 16 Evo placements? Your name just says Luku. I don't, why would I know who you are? But I also don't think that you being better at Melee than me matters. To be honest with you. And you like also what a stupid thing to say, because it's like people you say I don't know your name. If you're a top player and you're using a different name, I believe you, that's fine. But it's like people come into chats just to say shit. Because I think you are wrong. It doesn't matter how much time you've had to sit and think. I think you're wrong. Yeah. I don't think it matters if you're better than me. I think that like enclosing the game in a box like that isn't good for thinking about the game. And it's like you could, like, our definitions could just be off. And I'm not accusing you of anything, by the way. I'm saying that's what you are doing. From my perspective. Like, you have to understand, every person's perspective isn't the same. Like, I look at you saying, like, just having a hard line, Melee isn't a fighting game. And I look at you and I think, well, you've put Melee into a box that it necessarily doesn't belong in, from my perspective, because my perspective is different. Like, and I'm talking about seeing the values of referring to it as a fighting game, and how those things can translate to other games or other things. Yeah, but like, it's in a... Yeah, I never said it wasn't an opinion. Wait, did it not find anything? Was I really that late on my seed? Oh no, I did the wrong thing. Oh no, this is not right. Get out of here. So your opinion is... That's what I was just looking at. So my opinion on it being a fighter is wrong, yes? Kind of, yeah. Like, our... You can have wrong opinions. Not really. What I'm trying to say is something like, our definitions can be so far apart. Why is my shit lagged? Do I have to refresh? I don't want to refresh this. Like, our definitions are either too far apart, or like are too restrictive or whatever. Or I just think that you're wrong. I mean, you can have the opinion that Melee isn't a fighting game under like any circumstance or like definition of the word or whatever. But yeah, I would say that's wrong. I would say if someone said to me, I guess it's different than saying I'm wrong, or I would say I don't agree with it. Yeah, and I'm saying there's validities to including it in both boxes. I'm saying if there's a Venn diagram of Melee and Street Fighter, Melee has enough in common with Street Fighter to warrant calling it a fighting game. And that calling it a fighting game in that respect is valuable for a multitude of reasons. Man, I was way off on my... I hit this one twice. If I hit this one again, then I'm gonna actually adjust. I guess I did change my seed timing. Yes, but there's also a reason that it has the word fighter or fighting in its name. It's like you're arguing over the differences between like subcategories. Your research has determined that this is 11. Oh, well, if Levin's in my chat, I'd be very honored. But well, I'll be right back. No bad. Oh. I mean, I mostly believe the person. Your duck? Cool, Samus. Dango. That's funny. Too bad the game sucks. No, I like Melee a lot. I love Melee. I think it's a curse of... What just happened? Wait, what just happened again? Wait, hold on. I'm having a stroke. Did I just refresh the page? IV... Wait. How did the IV calculation go away? Huh? Oh, that's so weird. What the hell? Oh, interesting. Oh, I see. It's because it went to any. I hit A for adamant. It went to any. 95, 124, 98. That was really weird. There's any Samus propaganda. Why do you think there's no more good Samus? Our argument. Well, I don't dislike you because of our argument. I think there's just something about we're either on the wrong page with each other. I think there's a world where both of us are kind of trying to say the same thing and we're just not Oh, did it go fast? Like, I think we were both trying to say something similar, whereas... Hold on. I think we were both trying to say kind of similar things, but our definitions of the words might not be the same, basically. And it's like, you're more so arguing, it's like, well, if you're painting such a broad picture for the word fighting game, it's like, is the term even useful? Versus like whatever like I'm trying to put my hand in both. I'm kind of trying to gosh, put my hand in both buckets, I guess, right? In the sense of like, I think there's important uses of calling it a fighting game, and I think there's important reasons to like separate it from them, I guess. It's like subcategorization. It's like, is there is there value in separating a lion from a tiger? Is there value in separating a lion from a tiger? Yes, but is there also value in combining the category of big cat for lion and a tiger? It's like also yes, basically. You know what I mean? That's it. I actually like Samus a lot. I could just never figure her out. My problem is I put a lot of time into her in 64, and then when I switched over to Melee, she was very different and I didn't like her compared to 64, which is a stupid thing to say because she sucks balls in that game. I do not use Twitter, unfortunately, anymore, though, Duck. I use B-Sky, so if you're on there, happy to DM you there, but... I do have the Twitter still, so maybe I'll just hit you up anyway. But Elon has upset me too much to continue using the website. If he sells it, I'll go back, maybe. And then they make a bunch of changes. I desperately want the Smash scene to get off of Melee. Or Twitter, excuse me. Or the Melee scene to get off of Twitter. I don't care about the other ones. I vaguely, tangentially care about 64, and then beyond that. Well, I care about PM, I guess, I would say. But... Not as much as I like melee. Well, do I even care about PM that much? I have a lot of friends in the PM scene who are good. I don't even know if they care about PM anymore these days, to be honest with you. It's very sad. It's very depressing. As someone from NYNJ scene, it's very frustrating to deal with. I've watched many of my people who I was friends / acquaintances with, who I used to TO, lose their mind. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to have a... There's just... I will agree Rip hacks money, obviously. But yeah, it's just like insane. It's just an insane thing to have to deal with. Multiple times the scene has let me down in like weird ways like that. I pretty much stopped TOing because it was just a lot of work. It was a lot of work, and like nobody was grateful. Oh, you're in North Carolina now? My brother lives in North Carolina. Watching while cleaning the kitchen, W. Just playing your Emerald DLC for those QR codes. Oh, cool. Actual genius. Well, I couldn't, I don't agree that I hate all DLC. I tend to not enjoy the way that it's used in like media these days, I guess, is more so what I meant. The e-reader thing was just like an obsession. I was 1 frame early on Seed. God damn it. Not even a TGTV frame. It was exactly 1 early. Fuck. The e-reader stuff was I had seen... I think I talked about it in the first e-reader video that I made, but I had seen... I don't know what it was, but when I saw the video of someone doing it, I was obsessed. I couldn't stop thinking about how it was the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life. I don't play VGC. VGC sucks. I play OU. Oops. VGC is like a meta that I'll get into when the game is new, just to get into it. I've gone to a regional and a few locals, but it's just a format I don't enjoy as much as I like the singles format. I got into competitive Pokemon by doing Smogon Wi-Fi battles when I was in high school. So I would do like Gen 4 Wi-Fi battles with the unofficial format for Smogon. And that's where my competitive aspect... At the time, OU was like significantly more popular than VGC. OU was significantly more popular than VGC. And... that was just like the natural thing to get into because it's literally what everyone was playing. And so I used to just do... like, I would just action replay all my Pokemon in for Smogon play, because it's like, you know, who cares? Whatever, right, for the Wi-Fi. There's something more fun to me about playing on cartridge. I can't put it in my head. It's got to be like some Nintendo brain rot thing where I just like playing on the real hardware. There's something about it that I still like having the playing on the cartridge. Maybe it feels more legitimate. I don't know. But then it's like... Eventually, I started enjoying, like, the regular breeding when I was... that's one TV late. I started enjoying the regular breeding in the game. I was like, oh, I'll just make a guy legitimately, see what it's like. And it was fun for me. But then you're at a big disadvantage because everybody is hacking and putting 31 IVs and everything. And so eventually I found RNG manips, and I just thought it was really cool that you could, like, get the results of hacking without doing it. Something about it was cool to me. And the more I delved into it, I think part of the reason I enjoy it... I think one of the big reasons I enjoy RNG manipping so much is actually, unironically, a reason I like Melee so much, and it's like a skill test. It's turning Pokemon, which is like this random thing where you're supposed to soft reset for these guys or whatever. It's turning it from a lottery into like a frame-perfect execution test, which is very fun. And so it's just a cool thing. I don't know. But, like, I live pretty close to my friend Hefe here, who I do battles in real life with. Oh, Black and White's my favorite. No doubt. I mean, I like the games for what they are as well. What got me into RNG manipulation? I've told this story before, but the main thing that happened was I spent like several weeks breeding a Volibee to have 4 perfect IVs. And when I finally finished, when I finally finished breeding that Vullaby, it had the wrong ability. And I was just like, there has to be a better way. Surely there's a better way. It's 2 seeds early. And I don't know what sequence of Googles led me to finding the Smogon RNG guides, but somehow I found them. Yeah, I've been recognized on the Melee Reddit a few times, and recognized at tournaments a few times as well. Oh, dude, I'll never forget going to a local in... I went to a local in... It wasn't New York City. Oh, I start twice. It was, Oh, it's just outside of New York. It's not Yonkers. It's in Westchester, though. I wasn't... Well, I'm pissed off. Where is this? My grandma had a fucking store there. I'm literally opening Google Maps for New York. What bridge is this? Is that J-Dub? Too busy looking at this map. White Plains. I think it was in Scarsdale. Oh, that's where I was. Okay, thank God. I got there. Yeah, I went to a local in Scarsdale, New York. And I was playing PM, which I had not played in a while. I don't play it as much as Melee. And I sit down, and this Captain Falcon, he destroys me game 1. And he goes, by the way, do you do those YouTube videos? And I was like, yeah, about Pokemon? He goes, yeah. He goes, I love them. And then he fucking smokes me game 2 again. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. He made sure to say something after he smoked me. He did. I appreciate it. I always I'm very small, so even getting recognized at in places, like, to me it's always like getting recognized at a Pokemon tournament, which is like the place you would expect me to be recognized, is like surprising, I guess. So it's like I'm appreciative of it, basically. I don't know how else to put it, I guess. We're just gonna go again. We're close, so. In person? No. I don't meet or see many people. You guys forget, like, I am small. YouTube channel, not actually big. So it's not like I interact with people who know who I am frequently besides Jeff, basically. I got recognized at the Hartford Regional in VGC, which you would expect. If I'm to be recognized anywhere. Oh, okay, reload. This is, I'm gonna be. I fucked this all up. And I got recognized at Nintendo World by the cashier checking me out. And then I've been recognized at a couple of Melee locals, basically. That's it. And oftentimes people, like, don't stick around to talk. Like, they'll just say, like, big fan or whatever and, like, take a picture and... But it's like, yeah, I'm down to just play. What is this nature? I typed something wrong. Because it didn't stay on. How do you even find the specific points or seeds to manipulate? How does pulling up TGTV help with this? Oh, you're close to me. I don't live in New York anymore, for the record. That's why I was telling exactly where I went to a local in New York, because I don't live there anymore. Okay, I've hit this advance too many times. The way TGTV specifically helps with this process is that when you open it, it causes the RNG to advance 313 times the usual speed. So usually, for the most part, right, there's exceptions to this, but for the most part, every time the screen is done rendering, the RNG is advanced by 1, and it will continue to, it will do that infinitely, right? TGTV, because of all the extra static in the background, it has an RNG function that just calls the RNG 313 additional times. But how to find the specific seeds, I made a video on that, actually. I could post it in my chat. I don't think that was good. Unfortunately, emulators were not good enough, basically. Usually a lot of the research is done on emulator, and then we replicate that on real hardware. However, FireRed's seeding process is so specific and stupid. That we had to, I play on box for Smash Bros. And I built it myself before anything. I built it myself before because Hacks and the Smashbox team were taking too fucking long to make their, actually, it's right here. It's under all this shit. They're taking too fucking long to release it. So I built it myself. In like 2016, I built it. All my wife's stuff. Go back on my wife's chair. Boop. Yeah. My Smashbox. So I built that in 2016. And so when we found out that emulators weren't good enough to find how the seeds worked. We had to do it on real hardware. And, well, what is that GameCube controller? It's a fucking Arduino. So, my friend Xiao and I worked together to create a sequence in which the bot could find what seeds happened when and under what conditions, basically. Xiao was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still here, but yeah. The process is very long and changing, but I think it's like 1 TV early, isn't it? It was on seed. That's very strange. I think I'm just undoing what changes I just did. Yep, that's pretty much it. So it's triple frame perfect. What languages do you need to know to work with the games? Well, the box is written in C++, I believe. That's what Arduino IDE I was using in there. Xiao wrote most of the stuff for the box, because I don't really know C++. In the game side, originally I wrote a Python script to screen capture what the seed was. But then I wrote a small program in thumb arm assembly. So I used assembly language and C++ to do everything. Is what I would say, I guess. But I only knew the assembly language stuff because of the e-reader. It was more like I repurposed the knowledge that I had from the e-reader, and I was like, wait, I can use it for this fire red and leaf green thing. But yeah, the, that video, I think explains the whole process pretty, just the best of my ability to explain it is that video, the seeding thing. I was pretty pleased with so many people were interested in it. I don't know why it's called arm, but it's literally called thumb because the thumb is like part of the like the human arm. It's like attached to the arm. Thumb is like a more compact. Each arm instruction is 32 bits, so it's big. And so they made a smaller version of ARM called Thumb that is only 16 bits. And so they were like, well, it's smaller than the ARM. Let's call it Thumb. Like, that's the reason it's named Thumb, as far as I understand. I don't think there's a technical reason for it. I think ARM is an acronym. Advanced Risk Machines. Yep, or Acorn Risk Machine. Okay, there you go. So ARM is just an acronym. Thumb is just like a joke about the other acronym, basically. Did it with Morse. I met Morris at the local. He was really nice. I remember I talked to him. Samus for a shiny Jolteon. I mean, I could get you a shiny Jolteon. That would not be difficult. Well, I main Falco, but I've been wanting to get off of him for a long time. The problem is I don't have like I'm already better than Hefe, I'll tell you that. He's gonna get mad at me. I can't deny it. First of all, I'm generally better than Hefe. I don't even mean it as an insult. How did I hit this again? What the heck was that? Why did it do that? I don't know if I could ever be good. I've never really been good at a video game, I would say. I was definitely better than I used to be at Melee and PM. But I had like a lot of really good players to practice with, so it just sort of made me better. I couldn't even tell you. Like, I don't know if I have it in me to be good at any video game, to be honest with you. Like, that's the thing I think about. The best I've ever been has been competitive. Probably Smogon Singles was the best I've ever been at a video game. But I don't know if that's... I guess it's... I don't know if that's what I want it to be. The pocket chic I've been clip firing with on Slippy. I tried to learn Chic for a little while as well, but I could not do it. Like, I used to practice with Envy, the PM player, and Emu Killer, like, every week. So I was, like, significantly better when they were both playing actively. Even then, my best performance might be, like... I don't know. It's something I think about a lot. It's like, do I even want to be good at a video game? Like, what even is my goal if I was to get very good, you know? I think I usually just like to be good enough to keep up with my friends. Tends to be my goal in competitive play. Real problem with Melee is the character I fell in love with sucks balls. And so then I, like, float around high tiers, not committing to one, not seeing the beauty in it. In the character I already know how to play. Yeah, like I haven't done solo practice in so long. The most recent... Oh, that's like 2 TVs earlier or something. Printing out e-reader stuff is giving me hell. Yeah, printing the e-reader card sucks balls. It is not good. I would recommend no humans do it. Maybe even one late. Going into a submenu and reloading the overworld advances the RNG by 4, which is like, okay, maybe it wouldn't matter usually, but when you're doing something this precise, it does matter. I actually don't know if I follow any Melee players on Twitter. I'm only following 111 people. And like half of them... I want to think like literally half of them are Japanese RNGers. I'm choking. Top of weird peripherals, one of the old top Project M players ranked #1 on a GameCube controller or keyboard. Kumatora, I think. I wouldn't doubt it. PM players are fucking freaks in a good way. I remember there were players who were using the GameCube keyboard controller for a little while because of how heavy it was, and that was better for wrist thing. I fucked up. Hopefully I have enough time. So... What is this? Jesus Christ, that was so loud. Bruh, chill. Things are $300. Dude, shit randomly gets expensive. I found out like 2 nights ago one of my favorite board games is like $200. And I was like, what? I didn't know. I've had this for a while. I just like it. A board game. It's called Shadow Hunters. I own it already. The people at the board game night I went to were like, "Oh, this is really fun. I might get it." And then they looked it up on eBay and it was $200, and they were like, "What the fuck?" I was one early again. Are you fucking kidding me, bruh? I'm so sad. I'm exactly one early. I was so calibrated. Are we forgetting the clutchest frisbee throw of the century? Yeah, you dunked it, bro. I've heard both of the new Godzilla movies are quite good, but I've not seen them. Getting cooked by one early choker, yeah. Thank you, Danius. Appreciate you. I have not seen a movie in a long time that like super resonated with me. Honestly. Like, I don't know the last time. Yeah. I guess I've never been super into movies anyway, as like my preferred media, like I fall in love with. I think I might be early on the TV. We're just gonna try that one again because I think I was just bad on that attempt. I mean, I like movies, and I can really like a movie. In fact, it's almost embarrassing, I guess, because all of the movies that I really love are fucking cartoons. I don't know if there's like a movie with actors that is like, I sit down and I think about like how it resonates with me on like an emotional level and like how perfect it is and how much I love it. You know what I mean? Miles Teller is goated. I do really like Top Gun Maverick. That movie fucking rips. I think Thunderbolt looks good. I'm an MCU Jack. Not a huge MCU Jack, but I just like him. Deadpool and Wolverine was probably my favorite movie I saw in 2024 that was new. So out of the loop on MCU? I mean, after Infinity War and Endgame, I would say the loop is that nothing happened. Well, no. Fantastic Four is going to be a quality piece. I'm excited for Fantastic Four. I will probably see both Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts. If Fantastic Four isn't good, there's going to be a problem. That's all I'll say, is if that movie's not good, there's going to be a problem. The trailers look very good. I really like Pedro Pascal. I like the guy who's playing the thing. I don't know his name, but he's in The Bear, and he's great in the Bear. Doctor Doom is your favorite villain? I don't think Doctor Doom is going to be in the Fantastic Four movie. For the record. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Galactus. Galactus is in the trailer, isn't he? I only saw the first season of Loki, but it was good. Loki was the last Marvel... Loki was the last Marvel TV show I watched, I think. Because I watched WandaVision, which I thought was pretty good. Then I watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which maybe it wasn't that good, but it has one very good line of dialogue. So I remember liking it. I like it when the guy says, he goes, so who are we fighting now, Gandalf? And then Sam goes, how do you know about Gandalf? I like that joke. It's a funny joke. That's the one thing I like about that show. I don't remember literally anything else about it. One more and then we'll go. But it was not for the reference, it's that it was just a funny joke. Like, the joke itself was funny. That's why I like it, not because it's a reference. It's just, it was actually, I thought it was a funny joke. Yeah, and then we watched Loki, and Loki was good, but we didn't watch the second season. And I have not watched any other MCU shows. We watched Shang-Chi, which was good. That was a good movie, actually. Shang-Chi was a very fun movie. And then I've seen the Spider-Mans. We watched Black Widow. Black Widow, one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life. Black Widow is actually... one of the only movies I've ever heard my wife complain about. It was really bad. Alright, we gotta calibrate this one, because I have just not... Kang to play out instead of Doctor Doom? Nah. I think people weren't super... I think they didn't handle the multiverse stuff pretty good. I don't think they did it very good, so I don't really care about it. But... and I think there's going to be a secondary Doctor Doom as well, by the way. I don't think they're going to burn Doctor Doom solo on Robert Downey Jr. either. I think it's just going to be an alternate universe guy. I didn't even see Quantumania, and I don't even remember the other Ant-Man movie. This is skewed a little early on the TV. We're close. We're dancing around it. We're like 1 or 2 advances off. Probably got 2 more rips in me. Before I have to call it. Crystal has no RNG manipulation. You can do TID. I literally just fucking forgot what I was doing. I don't even think this is the one that I like the most. Hold on. There's another one I like more. CFW. Okay, this is the one that I really like. I literally hit the button wrong. Did not like it. Did not like it. Ah, there we go. This one has such a nostalgic feel. Ciao? Do we have a Frenchie? Isn't Ciao Italian? It's probably all the romantic languages, honestly. It's a good question, but does anyone know if there's a patch for Pokemon box that lets you use it with bad eggs? I do not know, unfortunately. Budokai 3 soundtrack is peak. I legitimately do not care that he plagiarized anything. That's how much I like these songs. Okay, that attempt generally felt pretty good. It's 335. Alright, let's see where I landed. 105, 98, 94, 96, 192. Okay, I was way off on my... That was like too early on my seed. We're also gonna shrink this down. We're gonna do like 8-2. 8-9. I'm like so locked in at this point that I can really narrow that down. Close this tab, close this tab. That button. I have to remind myself to watch the 10 TikToks my wife sent me. It's implemented, yeah. There are some issues with the link inserter still, but it can be implemented. Fucking forgot. I literally threw away that attempt into the garbage because I forgot I have to close the start menu. Gosh dang it. Godspeed, Spider-Man. Dude, that line is fucking funny. Willem Dafoe is fucking lit, bro. Alright, we'll put on I don't think the seed's right. We'll see where I was, and then if I was close, I might do one more. It's not like I have a hard time limit. I was thinking this would only be a 2-hour stream, and here I am for 3 at 40. I don't really know where the last hour went, quite frankly. Apple crab. Is that an actual type of crab? $291, 158, 107. Well, that's a very high special attack on this fella. Okay. We were a couple of TV off. This is the last run for the day, no matter what, unless I really fuck up a button input. They ever gonna port Mother 3? Nope, I think not. It's insane to me that we got Mother 1, the unreleased translation, before we got Mother 3. That's actually what is crazy to me. In fact, I'm surprised they didn't announce it with the Switch 2 because of how negatively the launch pricing of it is received. If they just put Mother 3 in the... If they were like Mother 3 only for Switch 2 on the GBA, the emulator there, I think people would have just done it. No... I don't think people would have complained. Besides, I think the unofficial translation is like good enough anyway. More than good enough, I would argue. It's quite good. I think I was off on my seed. All right. That's it for today, but I'll be back with the same thing tomorrow. Yeah, Mother 3 is the best one. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. Maybe a little shorter tomorrow, but I'll still be back. So, see you guys later.